Hey guys, Marcus coming at you with DesignIY with an impromptu project, and I know we're in the basement, but it has nothing to do with the basement. So why are we in the basement? Because it's impromptu. I just decided I wanted to get rid of a window before I decided to go ahead and redo the rest of the bathroom. And if I was gonna get rid of the window, now's the time to do it. I know it's probably a stupid idea because I've never done anything with windows before. I've never done anything with brick before. And the outside of my house is brick, but it's in an inconspicuous spot, so I figured I might as well go ahead and give it a try. Go ahead and tell me how stupid this idea is, because by the time you see this video, it will have already been done for probably like close to a year. So go ahead and tell me how stupid I was. Chances are I already know. Boy, it was actually 2 years later, but yes, it was stupid. I stand by my decision to remove the window for the sake of design, but I had no business working on the exterior of my house without the proper knowledge. I'll get to that at the end of the video. For now, enjoy some laughs. Bum-ba-da-dum. So, you can see I've already been pondering this thought for just a little bit today because I've built this, and this is the window that I want to come out. Let me give you a bit of an overview here. Bathroom, obviously we got a tub. Toilet's going to be hidden right behind this little wall. This is an exterior wall, of course. Interior, exterior. And then this wall, up until you see the lath change right here, this is an exterior wall, but this is an interior. They felt like they needed to put a window on every face of the whole house. Then that window is nowhere even close to center if I wanted to do anything with that wall. So I built this bad boy, which is basically just a frame and some exterior sheathing, just built to the same size of the window. So hopefully I can cut this out and at least put this in there and have something, some sort of coverage if I get into and open up a whole can of worms that I don't know what to expect here. So anyway, that's my thoughts. And now we're outside so you can see exactly how stupid this window is. Bricks here that I plan on using. Hopefully they match the house. Don't know that they do. They probably don't, because I'm just noticing all these bricks are raked, but don't care. And we're back. The window came out in several pieces. The problem is the roof opening is way larger than what the window was. So it was all framed in from the outside, meaning this little guy that I made beforehand, it ain't gonna work. So I had to make a new one on the spot. Huge opening between the brick and the actual framing member. This piece of wood I couldn't get out of there. That's what the wood that they had in there, they shoved it in there, glued it in to wrap it. So, but this is what it looks like when she's open. Now let's go test fit our new little window. I just talked for like 4 freaking minutes and the microphone wasn't on. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we test fit this little window here. And it is snug, it is in there. You can barely see any little bit of daylight just in 1 or 2 different places. So yeah, it's in there snug. I don't know if I can get the camera quite high enough to show you up there. But there is a big old gap between the brick and the wood. Up there is probably the only place I could actually caulk it and do something. But hey y'all, back to the big brick project. Got everything's here, got stacked a couple bricks. And 2 things of mortar. Tried to color the first mortar and it ended up this orange color. Really not going to work. I put a piece over here so you can see how off that is. It's just not going to work color wise, so I mixed up some regular, just plain old gray. I'd rather it be that than that far off. Alright, so I'm coming to you midway through. I used all the bricks that I had here in the pile. So I got to go back to the truck and get some more, just a couple left. But you can see this new grout, even though it's gray and what's next to it is red, it's going to be a whole lot better than what you see there. Anyhow, I wish I could be filming this whole thing. Basically, you do a line, you level it, make sure that it's level this way. You put it up straight. If you've done more than 1 row, make sure that it's level this way with the row above it and behind it. You can actually do a couple rows at a time and then put this up to it and go back and still knock with the side of your trowel, the ones that seem to be pushed too far out. Well guys, when you knew I came up one row short. Had plenty of brick left, just no mortar. So I wouldn't have wasted the first one. Orange. Might have been good to go. But yep, one row and maybe a board with some silicone. Totally got it. I did get off rows a little bit. You can see we're a little bit lower here even. And then as we go up, we just get a little bit more and a little bit more. Until the point where we're pretty off here. At the end of the day, brick certainly doesn't match. The mortar certainly doesn't match. But it is on the most inconspicuous wall, exterior wall of the entire house. And for my first brick job, I'm actually kind of excited. But we'll come back later once we have some more mortar, get that last row done. Done. Hey guys, so this is the final product. I'm sure you can see at the top I put a board in there. Silicone ended up not working, so we got spray foam. Eventually I'll paint that top portion, make it match the siding. But I know it's ugly, but I'm proud of it. And I think it was a perfect first brick job I've ever done. So it's time to clean up here, and I'll show you what the inside looks like. So we're here on the inside, and I got it all insulated as you can see. I went ahead and put this stud in the center. You might notice it's hanging out a little ways. I made it flush with this lath because we weren't going to remove that lath. We're going to hang the drywall right over it. Well, that's all for the window emission, guys. Hold up, time out. I have to do my due diligence and at least explain a lot of the things that I did wrong here. And the first thing was that I jumped into a brick project not understanding how brick works on the exterior of a house. Also not understanding how important waterproofing and air sealing really is. That being said, the number one mistake that I made is probably a common mistake that a lot of people would make. That's thinking that brick is waterproof. Brick is not like siding. It is not waterproof. In fact, this gets rained on. This is like a sponge. It soaks up, and then when the sun comes out and dries it from this side, it pushes all that moisture straight into the inside of the wall cavity. Now that's exactly why when we had the stud on the inside and we had that air gap between the brick and the stud, that's because that's an air gap to help dry and drain the water down the inside of the wall and then out the bottom. They actually drill these little holes in the bottom called weep holes where all the water comes out. Now what you didn't see there was a water and air resistant barrier in the form of tar paper or house wrap or whatever they use. We're going to imitate that with this paper towel, and they would have that nailed to the stud in that air gap just like this, so that the inside of the wall is protected from all that moisture. You didn't see that because we took out a window, so there was a window there instead of this airtight water barrier. If I had removed those pieces of wood from the beginning of the video, I would have seen that and known that I needed to have some sort of house wrap on it. So hopefully you learned a thing or two in this video. I know that I certainly did, and looking back 2 years ago, I'm very ashamed of how knowledgeable I was doing the things that I was doing. But I have been doing everything on this mantra of you just gotta learn it by doing it. And in that light, I'm pretty much okay with the small area that I screwed up on. If I was gonna fail, that's a perfect project to fail on because it doesn't affect the entire house. But again, find anything insightful, you enjoyed this video, whether it was a laugh or you found it insightful, drop me a like, subscribe for more content, comment below, tell me what kind of content you'd like to see in the future. But for right now, this is Marcus, and I'm signing out. We'll see you guys.